All right, come with us as we go to Jamaica, Ochi Rios. We've been to Jamaica a few times, but this time we want to go to Ochi Rios and try out the sandals there. One thing I want to point out is you do have to complete your forms electronically. Prior to arrival, you can do them online up to 30 days. They do have those signs posted all around, but you may not have internet, so I highly suggest completing that form prior to arrival. If you don't, you will have to complete it at one of the kiosks, so just keep that in mind. We got there at a great time. We zoomed through the line with barely any delays, and we're in and out and right over to the sandals area. I know a lot of people like to do Mobay Club. It does cost a little extra. Fortunately, we didn't need to do it, and it didn't cost us any money, and we got right through. So you can see here, this is what the sandals waiting area is like. They have snacks, drinks for you, a lot of waiting area here. When we got there, literally we were the only couple, so we had the entire place to ourselves. And same thing, didn't even get a chance to sit down. They zoomed us out right over to our private car, and that was very nice transportation. You're going to see us here outside. Of course, a lot of the times, and we've done this before, you will take a bus to your area. You'll take one of those taxi buses, but fortunately, we didn't have to do that. I will say, just prepare yourself. The drive is a little ways away, so it is going to take a little while to get there. I think it took us about an hour and 10 minutes when I timed it. So keep that in mind. You do want to grab some snacks, especially if your flight is fairly long. Here we are in the club waiting. We got our welcome drink and we're checking in. This is the first time that we're doing Butler, and I will say the experience was amazing. I would definitely recommend it if it's a special event or if you want to splurge a little bit. Here you can see this is our villa. It is a 4 different rooms in the villa, so it's not just you by yourself, but there are separate rooms, and then you have a shared pool in the back, which is really, really nice. So here's our room. Our butlers were so kind. They already set stuff up for us. We had champagne, some rose petals, very romantic. It was so nice getting in there. The room is very, very nice. You have a separate room for your TV, your sitting area. You have a separate area for your food, and then your room. You have your balcony, and you're going to get to see all of that. I really love the way this room was set up. So let me take you around so you can see all those different areas. Here you go. Here's like a little kitchen area. You can see glasses, tea. I did request that Tito's prior to arrival, and they had it there for us. I requested something else, but unfortunately they didn't have that. It's what my husband likes to drink. But the Tito's did do us well one night. Here's our fridge. You can see in here too, they had a little treat in there for us, along with all our drinks. Same thing, they love the Twin Oaks, so we have that there as well too, and some fruit juices. Of course, this is replenished every single day, so you don't have to worry. You can drink as much as you want. There's no limit. If you need something, if you request it, they'll bring it over if you have run out of something. But I'll be honest with you, we barely ever use all the items in the fridge during our entire stay, but it's just nice to have it in case you don't want to go out, or if it's raining, those beverages are there for you. So let's go into the room and you can see what that looks like. Same thing, you have your own TV in here. The room is very spacious, very comfortable. I will say this is one of the more comfortable beds. Of course, this is also a separate air conditioner here, so you can control the temperature in comparison to outside in that little sitting TV area. And you have a chance to see the bathroom is right there. And let me take you over to the closet so you can see what that looks like. I do like to unpack on our first day, and you can have your butler help you do that, but I prefer to do it myself. And you got your robes, you got your little bedroom slippers, an extra pillow and blanket if necessary, and a safe as well too, along with the iron board and iron. All right, let's go into the bathroom. You can see they have us fully stocked with towels, which is great. And there's the shower. All right. What I do like is in the back is where the handles are, so you can warm the water up before you get in, which is great. And you can see there they have the one that's detachable, so you can splurge all over your body. All right. So this bathroom is very nice, very comfy, cozy. I love the lighting in here. It was great for when I was doing my makeup. And there goes your blow dryer and everything you need. Same thing. The toiletries are replenished every day, so no need to bring shampoo or conditioner with you. They have it available, and the Red Lane Spa products are fairly good. I love them, and I have fairly sensitive scalp, so great products. So let me take you outside so you can see what that looks like. Like I said, this is a shared area, but no need to worry. When we were there, no, we never saw anybody else. And we did have an opportunity to use the pool one day as well too. And if you want to come outside and sit here, you can do that. There's 2 seats and a table for you. And let me take you over so you can see what that looks like. Give me a second. Little artwork there. And there you go. Your semi-private pool, which is really nice. You can go swimming any time of the day, go out there and have a drink, lounge by the pool if you choose to do so. And you can see here this area is fairly big as well too. All right, so that's our room. I will say I really enjoyed this room. I love the property here. There are some unique differences with this property in comparison to the properties that we've been on, and I'll get a chance to go into that a little later in the video. And there's our champagne. We're gonna have a little toast in a little bit. All right, so when we got there, we were extremely hungry. One thing to note is that this property, although it's relatively large, it is kind of separate, and you have to go back and forth between the properties. They have what's called the hop, which is a bus that travels very frequently every 10 to 15 minutes, so there's not much wait time. But we try to get squeezed into a reservation here at the Reef Terrace, and because of that, we were able to get a quick drive over here, which was very, very convenient. This is such a beautiful place. I will say you're sitting right on the water. It's so nice. You're outside, and the food was delicious. So I started with the salad here. As you can see, the salad was great. We had the jerk wings. And of course, he's trying all different type of stuff. And then for dinner, we both had the same thing, which was the ribeye steak, which is over mashed potatoes and a mixed veggie. I will say the steak was delicious. The potatoes were good. That was probably one of my favorite meals here. The desserts, not so much. They only have one dessert option, which was that sampler. Didn't too much care for it. Right outside of there, you're going to see there's a bar, which is the piano bar. And I will say this place was phenomenal. Maxwell, our bartender, was the best bartender we have ever had at any Sandals. And I will say we've been to 8 locations, but every single drink he made was well balanced. We took toast after toast. We had drink after drink, and everything was exquisite. We had a really, really good time here. We even stayed past our time because we just planned to go over here for one drink, like a little after dinner cocktail. But we ended up staying for quite a few hours, and we had a great time. He made some drinks just based off of the things I had ordered originally, and we loved it there. All right, so after that, we went home and got into the bed. But the next day, we went to the French restaurant for breakfast. And this restaurant is very nice. I will say this property is a little older, but still, they're trying to keep it up. They're always outside painting and doing little things to make sure the trees are trimmed and so forth. So I started with the fruit salad, and then I had the buttermilk pancakes with chocolate chips, but you can have those any which way you choose. They have blueberry, different syrups, and so forth. All right. Right next to there, which we didn't eat here, is the Southern table, and this is where you can get all of those fish and grits, fried chicken, things like that. All right. And over here, you can see the main pool with the swim up bar there. This pool is beautiful, just beautiful. The rabbit hole, which is the speakeasy, it's tucked away there. You have to have the secret word to get in every night. I'm going to walk you over so you can see it. We do go one night, and you'll see that in the video, what it looks like inside. I was so surprised how big it is in comparison to what you can see outside here. I thought it was going to be so tiny, probably hold 5 or 6 people, and it was nothing like that. It was huge, but I wanted you guys to see what it looks like in the day. It's so cute, and I was so excited to finally get a chance to go in on one of the evenings we were there. We were able to obtain the password from our butler. And of course, on the property, you can ask other folks and you'll get the password as well too. Just going to walk you around a little bit so you can see what the property looks like here. They have basketball courts, shuffleboard, different little activities for you to do throughout the day if you choose to do so. Right here is the jerk shack as well too. You're going to see what that food looks like. I do love the jerk shack. And then of course, if you want pizzas or anything like that while you're by the pool, you can go to Dino's. And there's another pool right next to Dino's that's if you want to be alone, you don't feel like being at the main pool, you want some silence, there are some pools right nearby where you can go and kind of have that area of silence and peace. But if you want to be at the main pool where things are bumping and jumping, that's where it is, right, not too far. Epic is where you can go ahead and get your pictures throughout the day. People on the property taking pictures. And then, of course, the loyalty club where you want to book while you're on there so you can get those discounts. What we decided to do today was go over and see what does the golf course look like. We understand like some of the properties have it, but we've never actually taken advantage of what that looks like. We didn't actually golf this day, but I wanted to see what it looks like and kind of show you. Of course, the transfer is complimentary. It's about 15 minutes away. So for all those golfers, I would say definitely bring your clubs. Of course, you will have to rent a golf cart, and caddies are required to play on the course. The car rent, I believe, was $30 and the caddy service was $25. But I would say check those prices before you go because, of course, things are always changing. And if you want to get private golf lessons, you can do that while you're there as well, too. They have those in 30-minute increments, 30, 60, 90. I believe the 30 minutes was $100, and you got a little discount if you did the 60 at doing that at $180. We didn't take advantage of any of that while we were there, but we did get a tour, and that was no cost to us. And while we were out there, we got an opportunity to see some of those folks golfing. The next day, they also were having a tournament, which was nice seeing them set up for that. I will say that everyone there was having a great time. We got an opportunity to speak to some of the folks that were out golfing, and they really loved it. They were coming back day after day to go on that golf course, and you can see how green and lush the property is. So this place is beautiful. I would say if you're a golfer, take advantage of it. If I did have the appropriate attire, I probably would have done the lessons, my husband and I, and took advantage of that. All right, so we're back and we're ready to get our lunch, and you can see we're here, the beach side, and we went right over here and grabbed our lunch. All right, so started with that drink, which was delicious. And they had some live music going while we were at lunch, which was really, really nice. It started with Jamaican beef patties. The Greek salad, not my favorite. I don't know what it was. Honey mustard on there. It was not good. The grilled chicken sandwich, once again, wasn't thrilled. This is probably the worst meal I've ever had at Sandals, and I love Sandals food. I'm an advocate for it. But not my favorite. The chicken was a little chewy, so unfortunately didn't enjoy that meal at all. But thankfully the beef patties were good. If I thought about it, I should have ordered another one. But it was nice to be outside, have the melodies going, the music, and just be here. There is a beach right near here, as well as, 2 pools, a hot tub. So there's a lot to do on the side, and usually in the daytime, this is going to get packed. And of course, you can rent out those bungalows to be on the water and get some privacy as well too. And you can see right there in the back in that corner there, that is where you can do your vow renewal or host a wedding. And the water is very calm and very nice, but we weren't dressed for that yet, so we just kind of like took a tour and looked around. And this is the beach club, like I explained. So on this side is where you're going to get a little bit more of that beach vibe and just enjoy some of those water sports and all of that. So I'm going to take you around so you can see what this side of the property looks like. This is where everybody is sunning and getting that sun bath, sunbathing, and having a good time reading a book and just relaxing. It's very quiet and peaceful on this side in comparison to where we are. That is a little bit more lively on that main pool. Over here, they do have the Ocean Beach Bar where you can go and play some pool, have a drink, just relax, and lounge. We got some drinks here as well too. Didn't take advantage of playing pool, but it's a very nice place. It's open and breezy. So same thing, every night they have different shows going on. And on this side is where the amphitheater is. And there is another hot tub not too far. And you can see behind that pool. This is kind of close to where we had dinner last night at the Reef. It's so nice. Along with the piano bar, you can see that in the daytime. We decided to head back to our side of town and ate at the Jerk Shack for lunch. Because I'll be honest with you, that first lunch was no good, no bueno. But the Jerk Shack does not miss. We had jerk chicken, festival, and authentic Jamaican bread, which is hardo bread with jerk sauce on the side. Really enjoyed that. when we got back, we had a little surprise waiting for us. And these are some of the things that the butlers do for you. And it was my hubby's birthday. So they dressed the bed up for us with a happy birthday, I love you. And I just thought that was so great because I didn't even have to request this. But because our butler knew it was our birthday, she went out of her way to do little things to make the trip more memorable and just a little spark between us. And I really loved and enjoyed that and appreciated them going out of their way. For dinner, we headed over to Kimonos, and this is one of my husband's favorite restaurants on every property. So it's a must that I get a reservation for us so he can enjoy having to dine here. Not so much for the show, although the show is lovely, but he loves the food portions and the different variety of food that you get on your plate. So if you've been to like a Benihana's or anything like that, this is very similar to that style. They're going to give you a show. They're going to keep you entertained while they're cooking all the food for you. And this is like a shared dining area. So, of course, it's not just you and your hubby, but, of course, you're going to have 2 to 3 other couples there with you. So I started with the salad. You do get to choose your appetizer, but everything else that they cook, you get a side of. One of the things I did order extra were the yakisoba noodles. To be honest with you, wasn't my favorite either, but I said I wanted to try something different. After that, we headed back to our side of town, got on the hop, 10 to 15 minutes, and we were back on this side. But I was adamant about making sure that we made it to the show at the Rabbit Hole. They did have someone coming in to do some singing. I gave my little word and we were in. I love this. I love speakeasy. So you can see this is nothing like your typical speakeasies. Most speakeasies are very intimate and small. This is much, much bigger than that, but you would never think from the outside. What you're seeing here is what's actually inside. It really holds tons of people. It kind of had a club vibe to it. But we were able to find seats, and they have a full bar there as well too. I had my little dessert drink, and we were just on time for the show. Really enjoyed her. She was a lovely singer. She brought the house down. She did about 5 or 6 songs, did an encore, and everybody enjoyed it. But one thing I will say, for me, it was a little louder than I expected in there. When you think of speakeasies, you think of something a little bit more intimate, a little bit more just like silent and like background music. But prior to her singing, the music was extremely loud. So, and I'm not even old, guys. I'm not even old. So afterwards, we decided to go back up. Here's another bar if you choose to. They had someone on the mic singing there too. So you're going to be entertained while you're on this property. The next morning we were woken up. Our butler said they had a little surprise for us and to come outside. And so we did so, which was for me one of the highlights of our trip. I really, really enjoyed this. You can see from our front door to the back, there's a couple steps to get down there to the pool area. That is one of the benefits of staying on the first floor. You could just walk out your back sliding glass door. But we were on the second floor, and you can see here, when we got there, boom, she had a floating breakfast for us. So this was so nice. My husband loved it. And we had an authentic Jamaican breakfast, which was ackee and saltfish with dumpling. Chef kiss. Delicious. Authentic. Compared to my mom's cooking. So it was good. We had champagne and we enjoyed our breakfast in the pool, which was one of the things I've always wanted to do too. So I know it's his birthday, but I was enjoying it just as much as he was too. So treat your butlers good and they will treat you good too. That's all I can say. We had lovely butlers, and this was so nice of them to surprise us with this. I want to give a big shout out to them. They did such a great job. Everything was still extremely hot. The champagne was ice cold, and we love that. So from here, we're on the hop. Lord Jesus, this hop every 10, 15 minutes waiting for the hop. But to get transported back to the other side, here he goes. He doesn't like taking pictures, but don't worry about that. We decided to go snorkeling. And of course, this is included, no additional charge. So if you've never been to Sandals, they offer so many different things at no additional charge, which I love about Sandals. Take advantage of all those things because I paid for snorkeling in other places that I've gone and traveled, and it is a pretty penny. And here it's included. They take you out on a boat. So even if you don't want to snorkel, you just want to get on a boat, get on the water, you can do that too. And that was so nice to get out there and do that. So when we got back, a couple was out there. So I just took a picture of that. They were doing some building with the sand, and they even painted an alligator and all that great stuff. So here's the water sports. You can see many choices if you want to do that. They have scuba diving as well too. You can come out here and see what they're offering for the day. Sometimes if the water is too rough, of course, they will close the activities for the day, but there's tons of activities to do. So do your research before you go so you can pick the activities that you want to do and go down there early in the morning to make sure that you can get certain time slots available. If you have a butler, they will arrange all that for you so you don't have to worry about it. Just let them know you want to do it, or you can do it yourself like I did. All right, now we done woke up a little appetite, so we're going to go to the Tapas and have a little lunch. And you can see here, if I put my menu down, that this is right on the water and so very nice. So I started with the crispy potato skins, and then I had the buffalo style chicken drumsticks. To me, this was a pretty good snack. I enjoyed it. It held me over. Enjoyed another drink there. But one thing I will say is they do not have my dessert spots. And I must sign a position about this because, yeah, I know if you watch any of my other videos, one of the things I love the most is the cafe. Come on. Cafe de Paris, or they have a donut shop at the Barbados place, or even other places. They have other things like... goodness, it just slipped me right now, but the place with the coffee and all that stuff, gosh, what is it called? I'll put it down here below. But they have that place too. We can go get coffees, but they also have the desserts here. So what I decided to do was, after we had that lunch, was Vista wasn't too far, so we went up there because I'm like, where can I find desserts? Like, I need a dessert. Like, there's no way possible I'm gonna have a whole trip and not enjoy our one dessert. So we decided to go up here, and I told the guy, like, hey, we're not eating lunch or anything like that, but we still want to have dessert. This is okay. He said, sure, absolutely. And same thing, we were able to give a table. But one thing I will say about this place is that if you decide to have a buffet lunch, this is where you can go. They have a huge selection of food for you to choose from. And if you can sit outside or you can sit inside, whatever you prefer. Very nice view from up top here. So all I had was a cappuccino, which same thing, missed the cafe. To die for the cafe. I miss my cafe. Every property should have a cafe. It's just like it's not optional, especially in America. You know, we like our Starbucks, we like our Dunkin'. We have to have coffee. It's our fuel. So please, if anybody from Sandals watching this, please put a cafe here. Okay, it's a must. A cafe is necessary. Okay, I need my coffee. I need my sweets. I like to go 1, 2, 3 times a day. Coffee in the morning, coffee in the night, coffee midday. Please, I felt deprived here. And I don't like making my own coffee. I hate to tell you guys, I don't want to make my own coffee. I want to enjoy the coffee made from a barista. Thank you. All right, enough of that. Let me get off of my soapbox. So same thing. You can come here if you want to, but I just got my desserts, a little red velvet, a little chocolate cake, and then I paired that with a cappuccino. Same thing. The cappuccino was not all that, but it did what it did. No vanilla, no flavors, nothing like that. Just cappuccino. All right. So here's the view. Beautiful. And you can come here for dinner as well too. They offer buffet dinner in the nighttime. So if you can't get anywhere else, is a great thing. Once again, here come our butlers giving us a nice little dessert. They know we like our desserts. And then we're off to the pool area. Finally, gonna get in the pool, have some drinks at the swim up bar, living our best life. So we were able to get an umbrella with chairs and all that. You know, I don't really too much want direct sunlight. So that was very nice. One thing here that I thought for sure, we got a butler. Oh, we're going to get a cooler. We're going to get one of the bungalows, all that. Oh, they're going to be able to reserve spots for us. Not here. Not at Ochi Rios. They don't do that. Those are rented out, and it's rented out for the day. I believe the price was $150. So the pool drained us, so we decided to have dinner inside, and our butler was so nice. She was able to get that for us. We had the lobster, steak, mashed potatoes, started with the Caesar salad, and then followed by dessert. The next morning, we're out of here, so just decided to get the same thing again. Went back and had the fruits, the pancakes. I had a nice egg white omelet with a hash brown. Get a hash brown to my hubby. The egg white omelet was delicious. And that was it. We're out of here. Great trip. Definitely recommend this place. Recommend having a butler. They're going to take great care of you. If you love what you watch, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel and lets me know that I'm doing things that you guys enjoy. Once again, we'll see you soon. I know for sure we have another trip book coming up. So subscribe if you love sandals or you love traveling.